Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others, or by a fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Loy Machedo is the best.
All right, in this video, I'm going to give you my thoughts about 3 articles. Links will be put down in the description. The first one is about UAE. What is the title? Inside the Life of a Real Estate Agent in Dubai. Midnight Calls, Relentless Hustle, High-Stake Windfalls. This is Khaleej Times. It came on, I think, September 24th. Yeah, today. Was initially published on 23rd, that is when by my favorite journalist, Mazhar Faruqi. Okay, so this is one. The second one is about the iPhone. You must have seen Bloomberg or local papers that people are standing in line just to buy the iPhone. Some have even camped midnight, a whole night. There was one Egyptian guy who traveled all the way from Egypt to UAE. He literally spent, I think, a total of 100,000 dirhams. That's, I think, $27,000, okay, in total to buy 10 iPhones. So I'll give my thoughts about that. And finally is, this was shared to me by one of my Pakistani followers. It's a 35-year-old Pakistani man defending marrying a 70-year-old Canadian woman. And he says, I'm not a gold digger. So I'll give my thoughts about that. Feel free to give me your thoughts for either of the 3 topics in the comments down below. Okay. In case you're new to the channel, my name is Loy Machedo. I'm a personal branding strategist. I help people get well-paying jobs in Dubai, UAE, and also Qatar, Saudi, Bahrain, Oman. I do, not only personal branding, but also help them understand the loopholes of the system. Okay, because everyone wants to earn more money. And then there's coaching and consulting where people, if they can't share their problem with anyone, they get in touch with me. They want to know a different opinion. And yes, migration, many people want to move to a better life, Canada, Australia, Europe, or parts of USA. So I have my contacts, connections there. So anyway, details are put down below. Okay, now coming to this video. So I read the article by Mazhar Faruqi. Link is put down below. I recommend you read it. The summary of the whole thing. Okay, I just wrote down the notes. One is, what he says is, Dubai is a 177 billion dirham real estate market right now. The transaction for 2023, 177 billion dirhams. Okay, for first half. Now these real estate agents are the ones who are responsible for buying, selling, whatever. And it seems that there are almost 35,000 of them. And anytime there is a launch or anything, the people who are smart, wearing those suits or looking sexy or it's actually these real estate agents. And some of them, they, just to make sure that they get in line, they will even have people stand in line the night before. They will pay somebody to stand in line so that they can come and stand in line. Okay. And it's not a one-time thing. Their whole lives revolve around this because they don't get a salary. They only get commission. And when they do get commission, there was one example, Nasreen Bilade, who sold 100 million worth of properties. And it seems this person has been able to buy the most expensive cars, most expensive lifestyle. In fact, there was one newspaper, you can Google search, one Irish young man. I think he got commissions of millions of dirhams or dollars, millions, young boy, young man, 30s something. Just imagine if you get a commission of, example, $1 million. Good, right? Okay. So in this article, it says that, yes, you can make good money, but it's not as easy as it seems. In fact, there are many actors, actresses influencers, people who have a solid presence online, who come and join this industry. And many use social media platforms. Instagram is one of the most popular ones. And they try lots of variations. Although this article was slightly diplomatic, I know some of them show a little bit of skin to get people to follow you, which is normal. And then, yes, there are these others who bullshit a little bit. You know how it is. I've seen some of the videos, really, they're really done well. Like the one that was in Manhattan, I think is a thin tall tower. This guy actually, it's like a drone shot goes. I can't get the link for the life of me. He's standing at the tower, but it shows like a drone shot coming, and then he's standing there, and then the drone follows him inside. Beautifully done. It kind of reminds me like a Hollywood movie. So people go to various lengths, and many of them, I know some influencers who actually pay a creative agency to make each and every one of their videos really well. Then they also give the name of one or two brands, which obviously they're paid money to give the name. I don't want to take the name of who these people are. Just one clue I'll give you is, if you see in Batman, the Michael Keaton, Jack Nicholson, you know that frozen face, that one guy, I won't tell you who it is. So, he's a success story. He has a lot of money, but now he's making a fool of himself by being on social media. Anyway, so here it says that rejection is very common. They have to put in long hours, and it's not, I always look at it as 80-20 principle, like the Pareto. The ones who make money are the 20%. The rest 80 struggle and they eventually die and change. And the ones who really make big money are, I would say, the top 10% or 1%. And then he just says that it's expected to go by 15% in 2024. Obviously, the news is all positive. So what do I think of this article is, yes, one is you have to give a positive article. Only then people will pay money to sponsor to get their names in the article. Okay, whichever properties have been mentioned there. The real estate agents who are there featured, I'm not aware whether they paid to get them front and center, but obviously it is great publicity for them. I'm not discounting the fact that they work very hard. But one thing is very clear. The people who stand in line, the people who wait overnight, the people who dress in the Armani outfits, and men or women, whatever, it's not the actual buyers, it is these people, because they're buying and selling, and obviously they have to make money. But overall, I think one thing which you have to keep in mind is it's hard work. Success is not going to come in easy for anything. And I doubt these people have it easy. Every day is a grind. You have to dedicate your life's mission to this. And the day you let your foot off the gas, I think that is the day you decline. So that is the article. Nicely well written. Well, I can be a little biased because I always like Mazhar Farooqi's articles. Okay. The second one, you can choose, cherry pick whichever newspaper you want, whether it's Bloomberg, whether it's National, Khaleej Times, Gulf News. You must have seen the Dubai Mall. They always get, that Apple store always gets the latest iPhones. They launch it there. So there's always a line. In fact, you can go back in time, even pre-COVID, not during COVID. If an iPhone is going to launch, there's going to be a line. And then it depends on the level of obsession and extremism. Some people will stand to be the first one. They will camp outside the shopping mall 24 hours. In fact, if you go back in time, during the days of Steve Jobs, when he launched the first iPhone, people were camping, I think the longest, as far as I can recollect, nearly a month, 1 month or 2 weeks. The guy had a tent and the thing, and obviously when he had to go to toilet another, he would have another guy. So there were 2 guys. They would have a tent and a chair, and they would take turns. Okay, in the snow, in the rain, whatever, they would sit and wait outside just to get their hands on the brand new. And it was a celebration. I don't know whether it was Steve Jobs' personality, whether it was his charisma, whether it was But it was a celebration. And I remember it was so fascinating to see, wow. And people used to really take a lot of pride that I've got the first iPhone. I think those days, people were worried that if they didn't get the iPhone, they would not get it. And then it would be very hard. Like, for example, during COVID, you had the GPUs, graphic GP, graphic performance unit. I don't know what is a full form. Sorry, I know it's stupid. I don't know. Wait, let me get it now. GPU full form. Full. It's been so full form. Wait, what does GPU stand for, man? Graphic processing unit. Eesh, I know, uneducated. Okay. So, because of the cryptocurrency and AI demand, the GPUs which people use for gaming was being sold out. Like if you just put 100 pieces within 1 hour, or forget 10 minutes, it would go. And Nvidia and all these other companies that used to make GPUs, even if they would make, let's say, 10,000 pieces, they would get sold out in half an hour. So there was this, they call them scalpers, or whatever. They would buy them if the cost is $500, and they would sell them in the not second hand, they would sell them in the market, that is eBay and all that, resellers market. 500 they would purchase it for, they would sell it for 5,000. Seriously, no joke, actually. And especially founders edition and all the limited edition designer ones, whatever. So there was this madness. But then what happened is, eventually after COVID finished and the cryptocurrency boom failed, which I had predicted so many times, and the AI was not as great. So people who bought for $500, they tried to sell at 5,000, they failed. 3,000, they failed. They tried to sell it for 1,500, still they failed. Now, if something is $500, they are trying to put $100. There also, they're finding it very challenging. There are still buyers. It's not that there are not. Okay. So in the same way, the iPhone, when it came out initially, if there was a limited edition, let's say red color, or Steve Jobs' signature is there, or let's say only 100 of these phones will be launched, then it's worth standing 1 month and waiting outside the shopping mall. Okay, like the iPhone X. When the iPhone X came out, people thought this is going to be a very rare, because $1,000 phone. But today, what has happened is every iPhone that has come out subsequently, the changes have been very. The law of diminishing returns is operated where the improvements are even lesser. I mean, if you actually look the iPhone, I don't know, this is iPhone 14. Wait, which iPhone is it now? Which, 1 second, let me just check. iPhone 15, right? Okay, iPhone 15 now. If I were to show you the iPhone 14 and iPhone 15, if I were to show you, you can't see the difference. You can't make out if I were to show you from far. And if you were to use it, unless, I don't know, there is something unique, you'll not be able to figure it out, because the improvements are very less. It's like the improvements that Apple is talking about, the zoom feature, Android gave it ages ago. Even that cable, it is only because of the European Union that they had to change to that USB-C, whatever. Otherwise, they were planning to do their own nonsense and keep charging people every year with new cable, new design, because they make money with the accessories. You can just Google search. Apple makes more money with the accessories than with the actual product. They make solid profit. Tim Cook is a genius where he makes money. So, I don't understand, why do you have to stand in line and wait when you know that tomorrow the phone will be available? There's enough and more. It's not like there are only 100 iPhones which are going to come out. Tomorrow there will be an iPhone. Day after tomorrow there will be. Only thing is, maybe you'll have to wait for a few days. So I don't understand what is that eagerness. And that is where people, almost everyone knows that the ones who are buying it to sell it on eBay, or buying it to sell, there are these shops in Dera, in Dubai, Dera, Dubai, or the mobile street or the computer street. People are buying to sell it. And if there is someone who doesn't want to stand in line, he'll pay $30, $50 extra. So be aware of that. So what is the main purpose that I'm putting this video? I mean, why we highlighting and praising and admiring stupidity? That is my question. Why we glorifying stupidity? They are standing in line. Wow. Oh, they are standing in line. Wow. Oh, he got the first iPhone. Wow. Oh, he spent $100,000, $30,000. He took a flight and wow. This is stupidity. This is consumerism. You know the Black Friday videos that used to come out in USA where people, their TVs are there and they're grabbing the TVs, they're fighting, they're ready to punch and hit each other and smash each other. For what? And that also people are living on credit. They are borrowing from their credit cards and loans. We are championing stupidity, man. Tell me what is wrong with your, if you have an iPhone, even 13 or 12 or I don't know, which iPhone do I have? But let me just tell you, I upgraded it. I got a second hand at a good deal. This is which iPhone? One second, I'm checking. Huh? Just give me a second. Where do you go? Where is about? General and about. One second. About. iPhone 13 Pro Max. It's a 13 Pro Max. I got it at I got it second hand. Someone had purchased it and realized the phone is too big for them. I think I bought it from a reseller. He gave it to me, I think at 20% off. It was used 6 months. 20% or 15% off. Good deal. Brand new. Brand new. No scratches, nothing. So, and the only reason I purchased this one was the previous one was heating up too fast. It was getting hot very fast. So I said, okay. And the longest I've had an iPhone was iPhone 6, which I used for until iPhone 11, I think. So I used a second-hand iPhone 6 for 5 years or 6 years, I think. So I'm not trying to say, hey, I'm so great and all that. You don't need the latest, man. I don't know what is this craze about this iPhone thing. I'm an Apple fanboy. I love Apple products. I'm in the Apple ecosystem. But lately, it's like the law of diminishing returns operates here. Come on. Anyway, you tell me what do you think? Because I find this very stupid waiting in line. And I think it's, I don't know whether people know this, that the ones who are standing in line are not actually buying it for them. They're buying to resell. And the other ones who are buying it to show off, you're really stupid, brain dead. Yeah. There are so many other better things in life you can do than wait in line. Okay. Anyway, so that is the second story that I wanted to share and give my opinions on. Okay, finally, last one. This guy, Pakistani guy who married 35 Pakistani 70-year-old Canadian. Okay, his name is Naeem Shahzad, who has gone viral on the internet for marrying a 70-year-old Mary from Canada. They met on Facebook. He says he's not a gold digger. Okay, now I'll give my thoughts. Okay, I'll give my thoughts. You remember the article that was the Sun? The Sun. You have the Egyptian. You can just Google search this. Egyptian native Mohammed, 37 years old, who after 2 months of chatting with Iris Jones, who is 83, he's 37, she's 83. They got married, and he claimed that it was pure love. And where she became famous is when she appeared on one of the interviews and said that they had so much of sex that she had to take medicine for her vagina or something like that, or she was buying lube. And I don't know how she can be so shameless to say that. I mean, you're a grandmother, you have children and you have grandchildren, and you're talking all this nonsense. Anyway, everyone said that he was exploiting her. She said, no, it's true love. And he said, oh, it's true love. And she gave him thousands of dollars, whatever. But no, unsurprisingly, they finally broke up. And then the truth came out where she said, oh, I gave him $40,000 or 40,000 British pounds or whatever. And he was terrible and this and that. No surprise. Okay, so they broke up. Now, why are we doubting this guy, this Pakistani guy? Can't it be true love? That's a question. See, there are some things which are normal. Some things which are normal. Like, for example, you see my face and you see these tattoos. It's not normal. I'm not stupid. Yeah. I'm aware of the fact people don't do this. So these are things which are not normal. Normal people don't do these things. Like, if a guy likes a girl, there should be that age gap. But if in case the age gap is let's say a guy who is 30 likes a girl who's 30, that's normal. 30 and 20, still normal. But if a guy who's 30 likes a girl who is 18, you'll still feel, isn't she a bit too young? We get a little uncomfortable there. But then if it goes to she's 16 or she's 12, then you're like, man, stop. There's something abnormal here. It's not normal. So in the same way, there should be a certain age gap. It shouldn't be so 30 to 40, if fine, still love. 30 to 50, and that also woman. As a woman gets older, you begin to wonder, why is he can get a young, beautiful girl. And this lady is not old enough to be his grandmother. I mean, can you imagine? Look at the face. I don't know how he can even see her naked. To think about it. So, any normal person, any person with common sense would know for a fact that this guy is obviously doing it for a Canadian. And where the doubts will be fulfilled is if he applies for a Canadian passport, if he decides to stay in Canada, and like, after he gets a citizenship, does he continue the relationship? Now, where I would believe that he's not a gold digger is if she moved to Pakistan and stayed with him in Pakistan and lived a simple life. Then I would believe that, yeah, he truly loves her. But if he's migrating to Canada, no, Baba. I mean, lifestyle in Canada, who doesn't want to go there? And I know because there are so many Pakistanis who want to run away from their country. Their country is going through a very tough time. Anyway, this is what I believe. Okay. And there are so many of these Europeans who are old enough to be like a grandma, 60, 70, 80, getting married to a 20-year-old. I know. And even if a girl marries, like there's one female who married Pacino when he was, 83 or 93? Just imagine, man, seeing a person naked at 93. Everything must be like shriveled and crumpled. How do they even have sex? So, anyway, I know that if this person didn't have the money, like Mick Jagger, who's 90 and all that, he gets a girl who's 20. Tell me, if the person was a cleaner or a watchman, a 90-year-old, would a model want to be with him? In fact, most of the females who sleep with Leonardo DiCaprio, it's a known fact that if the model sleeps with him and it has made news headlines, your career is made. Because now you have, wow, Leonardo was my boyfriend. Couch casting and all that stuff is very real. That is why Harvey Weinstein, even though people crucify him, remember, the very same people like Oprah and even Gwyneth Paltrow were holding his hand and saying, without him, I wouldn't have succeeded. People always forget that and they crucify the man as bad and all females are saints. Anyway, in this case, grandma knows, she knows, but she doesn't want to accept it. And the guy is smart. Well, hope that investment of his works out and hope he gets what he's looking for. Just imagine the irony if after getting married, getting a citizenship, he divorces her, only to lose it. Then what will happen? That will be more fun to watch, just like that Egyptian toy boy. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. This is me signing off. You guys take care.